Okay, so extra day in here for us to help us get a little bit of recuperation, which is good. I know they've got a couple on their side too, but it's good for our guys. We try to take full advantage of that. So coming back today is a really crucial day for us to really get back to action. So it's really a Wednesday for us, and we'll be battling on the practice field today. This is a classic opportunity here for us to go against a team that's got to have a win, against a team that's got to have a win. We got to have one too, and matching up in the setting of for Monday night is always fun, and so we're looking forward to that. We should be a little bit healthier this week. We'll see. We got to make it through the week, but we do have some guys coming back to action.
Is Charles Cross one of those guys?
He's running around a little bit. We'll see. He's out there.
Is Phil Haynes going to be okay?
Oh, we'll see. I don't know that. We'll see.
How about Darrell Taylor?
Darrell Taylor, he was in the walkthrough today, and we'll see if he makes it.
Draymond Jones.
I'm asking some guys that are coming back so we can kind of have a little. Hey, he's looking pretty good. I'm glad you brought that up. Yeah. He went through everything. He's going to practice this week.
Draymond Jones, any more clarity on him?
Yeah, he's making improvement. This was an encouraging day. So we'll see how it goes.
Certainly it's going to be a big week for Jamal. He's familiar with that stadium, but so is Julian Love.
Speaking of the Mariners, big finish coming up here, right? Big finish. I know you're leading the charge out there, Jen. We'll make sure we get our shot in there for the fellas. I'm sorry. Go ahead.
And Jake Bobo had a great first pitch the other night.
I heard. Yeah, I heard it was out of the strike zone, though.
We talk so much about Jamal returning. That's a big thing. But for Julian, he's going to be going back to a stadium that he's really familiar with. What have you said to him, and what has he brought to the team? Well,
first off, Julian's brought a lot of really good stuff. Really bright leader, terrific effort guy, helps guys around him. Has been making plays, knocking balls down, and doing stuff for us. So he's off to a great start with us. We haven't talked yet about going back specifically, but that's coming up. It's always a challenge, when you play for the place that you're returning to. It's always can be a challenge. Guys take it differently, so we'll talk it through. I think he's in pretty good shape. He's heard us talk to other guys, about the same kind of situation. So I think we'll be all right.
Did he come out of Sunday? Okay. Did Julian come out Sunday? Okay.
Yes.
That idea of a guy going back and playing his old team, can that be magnified when it's a primetime game?
Yeah, I think primetime can magnify everything. I'm kind of going back too, if you think about it.
Pete, when you talk to the players, is there a certain day that you talk to them, or does it depend on the player and the situation?
No, each guy's different. Treat the guys differently. Yeah.
Saquon Barkley's obviously a big thing, and it sounds like he's a little questionable. But how big of a difference does that make, I guess, if he plays? And how
he's a great player. He's a great player that makes stuff happen out of the ordinary. He's very unique in what he can do. So he does make a big difference. I hear he's practicing, so we're counting on him going.
Daniel Jones hasn't had the same offensive numbers, I think, that some would expect, but what can he do as a dual threat quarterback?
Well, he is a true dual threat. I mean, you look at the start of our season, we've seen three pocket guys. This is different, and he has the dynamics to really break you. Because he doesn't just get out and make some yards. He can make big yards. He's got really good long speed, and he can be a factor. So and they know it. We see it in their run style. They're using him in the running game too. So we know that they respect that and as part of it. So it's a different challenge for us this week.
The pressure numbers, quarterback hits, all that's been up the last game and a half for you guys. What do you see him getting better in the pass rush?
It's working together. We're covering guys a little bit better. We're getting better, we're getting tighter, and just the efficiency of our games, which means the guys working together. And it's not just we're running this stunt. It's they're running this stunt in this manner, and they have a sense and a feel for one another. We're just growing together. It takes time, and we're still working on it.
How is Trey Brown doing?
He's still in the protocol.
When it comes to the run game and Ken Walker getting Player of the Week, what indications do you have that is evening out, becoming more consistent?
It's too soon. I can't tell you that yet. We got a lot of work to do. We had a nice game last week, and both guys contributed in a big way. But we have a lot of work to do in the running game.
Geno Smith's play action numbers are really. I think he leads the NFL in the way they tabulate play yards off play action. Just what has he kind of done well, or what have you guys kind of done well to make that?
He's really done well with play actions. I think anything we call for Geno, he can do well. He really has our system down. He can take full advantage of the opportunities. He's really clear about going through his progression, so he's taking full advantage of the opportunities in the play pass game, and he'll see it if we get some big space. And he's also really connected to checking the ball down. He realizes if we can continue to make positive progress in that aspect of our game, then we'll call another one, and we'll get another shot at it. So. He's just pretty darn efficient at everything.
You said you talked to different players about, former opponents going home, all that. This will be Geno's first start back in New York in a long time. The way he's handled everything over the last year, I mean, do you have any concern at all?
Yeah, we have already talked about that a little bit, and so when that conversation is who you guys were asking about, when do you do it? We've already started that talk. He's fine. He'll be fine about it. It's a long ways back, He probably doesn't have as much of a thought about it as I do, so, yeah.
He's handled so many different scenarios that could have been distractions, put him off over the last year. I mean, what has he shown you just in the way he deals with it?
Yeah, John, he continues to be, he's so routine now about how he prepares and his expectations of what it takes to prepare well that it kind of overrides the issues, and I'm always on him and watching him, and wanting to see that he's balanced and on track. But there's not much critique in there. He's doing it, So, I mean, he knows how to do this as well as anybody. He's been through it all, and so, and his respect for preparation is really at just an all-time high. So he's maxing out every opportunity he gets. Every rep counts for him. And he's competing like the plays in practice or the plays in the game, and you can't ask for more than that. He's doing everything.
Bobo, it feels like he's just risen to every challenge he's met, all the way back to rookie camp. What is it about his makeup that?
Well, he's got one touchdown. I mean, I don't know if it's called for risen, but it's a pretty big statement. He's just really capable. He's really comfortable with the role. He's comfortable with everything we ask of him. He really handles it really well, and he's a real detailed player also. So his routes are clean and crisp. He's got a lot of stuff in the running game too. He's blocking a lot. He's doing a lot of things for us. So he's just a very, very gifted player, and so the game comes to him pretty comfortably. And so you give him a chance. I mean, just look at the onside kick. That was a great smooth play. It kind of goes unnoticed, but that's a heck of a play in that situation. He just nailed it. So he's a very trustworthy guy, and we're leaning on him in that way.
How's Jeremy doing with the groin thing?
He's rolling. Really, I don't know how he made it through it, but he did, and he's rolling. He was out and walked through today. He's practicing today. He'll be out there.
The Giants have a very distinct defense that they run. What do you know you can expect from them outside of blitzes?
Yeah, they're very aggressive. Like you say, they're very aggressive. They take risks, that a lot of coaches aren't willing to do, and they've had a lot of background. They're very comfortable with it. Coach does a nice job calling the stuff and mixing the stuff, and he's very aggressive and is trying to be disruptive, and he is. So you got to get over the hump. How aggressive can you be, and can you live with the chances that you take? And he's living with it in a big way.
See a little bit of Reek and Witherspoon on the field together because of Tree getting injured. Just how eager are you to see what that pairing can look like?
I am excited to see that. Yeah, I'm excited to see if we can make it through the week and both guys get to play. And Jamal getting out there too. Because we've had this image of what it could be and how we could play and all that. I'm not setting the expectations off the charts here. I want our guys to get out there and play and come back and help their team, and that's all really I'm asking of them. But it is exciting, and I'm so happy for Jamal. He gets to get back to football. He gets to playing again. So yeah, I did make note. Jordan was sitting with Jamal here as we're getting ready for the walkthrough, and those two guys really fed off each other throughout the time when we got back to camp here, and competed and challenged and went head to head to make it back. And it's a good moment that these guys get to play together this week.
How's Will Dissly doing?
He's doing pretty well. He's encouraged. He's hoping he can play.
Is he getting practice today?
No.
Is Kobe Bryant going to practice today?
Kobe's. I'm not sure. He's trying to get out there. He's like Will. Both of them are trying to get on the practice field today.
What is your thought, I guess? I'm going back to New York, then you kind of brought it up a couple times.
Yeah, just looking for some fun there. Well, like anybody that's ever coached there or ever worked there in New York, and you've been there long enough where you kind of got the feeling for what it's all about. It's an extraordinary place, and it's an extraordinary memory to be part of that, and to have had a chance to, to be on top of it for a short while, matter of months. That was really, it's significant to represent that town. It's an amazing place, and so it's fun to go back and see it again.
What about playing in that building? See, 10 years ago, pretty good memory in that stadium.
We had a nice night there. So that's something that these guys don't know. There's only a couple guys who would even relate to that. So, but there's the staff, and we've been there before, and it's fun to go back. Kind of coming off of last week with our guys all around all of that.
Anything else? Thank you.